Friends and viewer, good day. Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. This is a novel, a marvelous novel, outstanding, no doubt. This novel was on the New York Times bestseller list over 2 years, over 2 years, for the list of 2 years, sold more than 4 million copies, translated into 32 languages. This novel is written in 1991, 1997, Boston, Massachusetts, published in 1997. Genre of this novel is historical novel, a fictional memoirs. Climax of this novel when Soyuri betrays Nabu in the old theater. So antagonist of this novel is Hetsu Momo, and 2005 movie that won 3 Academy Award, this novel. So the Memoirs of a Geisha, it starts like in 1929, the 9-year-old Chiyo Sakamoto lives with her ailing mother, emotionally withdrawn father, and old sister Satsu in a small fishing village in western Japan. One day, the wealthiest man in her village, Mr. Ichiro Tanaka, takes notices of Chiyo's beautiful blue-gray eyes. After striking a deal with Chiyo's father, Mr. Tanaka sells Chiyo to an Okiya, which is a boarding house for Geisha. Geisha are women trained to entertain men with conversation, dancing, and singing. At the Okiya, Chiyo works as a maid while she trains to be a Geisha. The other people living at the Okiya are the young apprentice, Geisha Pumpkin, the greedy materialistic mother who runs the Okiya, and the beautiful but cruel Geisha Hatsumomo. A few months after arriving in the Okiya, Chiyo becomes so homesick that she tries to run away to her home village. The doors to the Okiya are locked at night, so Chiyo climbs to the roof, but she falls and breaks her arms. Enraged at Chiyo for trying to run away, mother stops paying for Geisha's education. Instead, she tells Chiyo that she will work as a maid in the Okiya until mother sees fit to release her. For 2 years, Chiyo works as a maid. One day, she goes on an errand and realizes that her life lacks purpose and direction. As Chiyo sits by a stream and begins to cry, a handsome man named Chairman comforts her. Touched by his kindness, Chiyo decides that she must try to become a Geisha so she can increase her standing in the world. Only then she will be able to surround herself with kind men instead of people like Hutsi, Momo, and Mother. Not long after this encounter, a Geisha named Mamiya arrives at the Okiya and takes notice of Chiyo's beauty. Mamiya convinces mother to reinvest in Chiyo's education by saying that she will take on Chiyo as a little sister, a Geisha apprentice. Since Mamiya is one of the city's best Geisha, mother sees an opportunity to make money from Chiyo again and agrees to Mahima's plan. Chiyo thinks that Mahima is only taking her on as a protege in order to infuriate her rival Hatsumomo. Over the next 2 years, Chiyo completes her she completes her education, uh, Geisha training, and makes her debut as apprentice Geisha. Following the Geisha tradition of adopting a new name, Chiyo takes on the name Sayuri. At one event, Mahima introduced Sayuri to the wealthy businessman Toshikazu Nobu and the chairman Ken Awamura. Sayuri realizes that Chairman Awamura is the man who comforts her years ago. However, Sayuri doesn't get a chance to talk with the chairman because Mamiya tells her she must cultivate a relationship with Nobu instead. Mahima wants to make Sayuri's success in Kyoto by having Nobu and a doctor nicknamed Dr. Crab start a bidding war over Sayuri's misusage, the ceremonial taking of a young Geisha's virginity. After months of cultivating relationship with the two men, Dr. Crab ultimately pays a record amount for Sayuri's misusage. The plan works and Sayuri gains a reputation as a highly coveted geisha. As part of geisha traditions, mother adopts Sayuri because she becomes the highest earning geisha in Okiya. Over the next few years, Nobu continues to ask for Sayuri's company. Though she likes Nobu as a person, she wishes she could spend more time with the chairman instead. When World War II breaks out, the government closes the Geisha district so that the woman can more actively contribute to the war effort. Nobu uses his influence to find Sayuri the safe and relatively easy job of sewing parachutes in a village outside of Kyoto. After the war, Nobu comes to find Sayuri. He says that he needs her to return to Kyoto and help him entertain a Japanese official named Satu. The American government wants to seize Nobu's business assets, but Satu can use his connection to prevent this from happening. Sayuri agrees and returns to Kyoto. At a tea house, Sayuri, along with Pumpkin and Mamiya, sorry, entertains Satu, Nobu, and Chairman. For the next year, they meet on a weekly basis, and Sayuri feels her attraction to the chairman growing. Satu successfully convinces the American not to bankrupt the business. With the business secure, Nobu proposes himself as Sayuri's Dana, a patron who gives a geisha lavish gift in return for sexual privileges. Because Nobu provided her a safe place to live during the war, Sayuri feels as if she is in his debt. She reluctantly agrees, wishing that chairman could be her Dana instead. To celebrate the good news, the group goes to an island near Okinawa for a weekend vacation. Sayuri realizes that if Nobu stumbles upon her sleeping with Satu, then Nobu will think she has dishonored herself and withdraw his proposal to be her Dana. Sayuri hopes that this will leave her free to pursue a relationship with the chairman. Sayuri arranges to meet Satu at an abandoned theater and tells Pumpkin to bring Nobu at a set time. Pumpkin, however, brings the chairman instead, who sees Sayuri and Satu having sex. Thinking that her chances are ruined with Chairman, Sayuri feels crushed and utterly despondent. A few days after returning to Kyoto, Sayuri receives an invitation to meet the chairman at a tea house. At the tea house, the chairman confesses that he fell in love with Sayuri the moment he saw her as a young girl crying by the stream. Surprised that he even remembers her from that day, Sayuri says that she only slept with Sato in order to make Nobu give her up so that she could possibly have the chairman as her Dana. Overcome with emotion, the chairman pulls her close and kisses her. A few weeks later, the chairman becomes Sayuri's Dana. They live happily together. Over the next few years, Sayuri even gives birth to the chairman's son. Eventually, they immigrate to New York City, where she recounts her memoirs to the Japanese history professor Jacob Haroyus. So, this is the Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden, and this is a very beautiful memoir of a 9-year-old Chiyo Sakamoto. Her travel towards Geisha, and Sakamoto become Sayuri and Chiyo. So Chiyo and Sayuri, they are the same character, and I hope you will enjoy this memoirs, the Memoirs of a Geisha. Thank you.